Namaste, and welcome to the practice of yoga. It is an honor and a delight to gather together with you for this practice. And as we have done throughout our 10-week series together, we have developed the practice of finding a pause and welcoming in a feeling of gratitude and bringing our attention to our breath. So let's start with the breath today. Let's find deep inhale in through your nose. Inhale. And then when you're ready, exhale either through your nose or your mouth. Good. Let's do that 2 or 3 more times. Inhale deeply. And then let it go. One more time, full breath in. And let it go. After that exhale, you might swallow, remoistening your mouth, noticing if this relaxes your jaw. And if it's comfortable to close your eyes for a moment, bringing our attention to this present moment. Keep your awareness on your breath, whether you're feeling the breath in your nostrils or noticing the movement of breath in your chest or your belly. Just observing, witnessing if your mind is still active from events from your day, if there are still a few stories or energies bouncing around, then continue to bring your attention, your awareness back to the breath. Again, whether you're observing the depth of your breath or maybe the sensation of temperature, with the tension on your breath. And what this practice can do for us is provide us with a link to this space of peace, this space of calm, this space of the here and now. So as we practice focusing on the breath, witnessing the breath, taking a moment to give all of our attention, pouring our whole self into this breath awareness. We begin to realize the benefits we're receiving from this, which allow for a quieter mind, which can lead to a more relaxed nervous system. As we feel these shifts mentally, we will notice them physically as well. A greater sense of calm or ease. Perhaps you have noticed if there were areas in your body that were holding. And as you focus on your breath, you can feel these areas perhaps soften or melt. Good. And then if you would like, you might place one hand on top of the other over your heart, your upper chest. Perhaps right in the center of your chest. And just a press here, just that awareness of touch. And you could invite a little hint of a smile to the corners of your lips and even a little sparkle in the corners of your eyes. Feeling gratitude. Today we can especially tap into this gratitude with this beautiful weather, the warmer temperatures and birds singing, blue skies, flowers peeking up. So attention perhaps layered simultaneously on your breath and on what you are grateful for. So take a moment here to bring to your awareness 3 things that you are grateful for. And already you have shifted your chemistry. You have shifted to a completely different state from when we began class. And then let's join our palms together so they're touching. Rub your hands a little bit here. And then pressing your palms together, thumbs might press gently into your sternum, into your breastbone. A lift of your heart, shoulders relaxed and down. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath in just for a moment. Hold it lightly, like you're hugging the breath. Just hold it till it's comfortable. And then releasing the breath. Exhale. Good. This time, again, inhale fully. Hold the breath lightly. Embracing that breath, holding it in the container of you. And exhale. With a little bow of your head towards your heart, a little smile here. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, release your hands down, gently lift your gaze and open your eyes. All right, fantastic. So in our 10 weeks together, we've worked through a number of different areas. So just taking a scan through, thanking yourself for coming to the yoga mat. And we will find our Pran Mudra. So your peace fingers will be extended out straight. Your thumb holding your ring finger and pinky finger nails. So you have your thumb pressing onto those nails. And then you can rest your hands onto your lap. So this is our Pran Mudra. The Pran Mudra is activating for giving us roots, just like our spring flowers are getting their roots. So extending out through your index fingers. Thumb is holding in your ring finger and your pinky finger. Good. Now our focus today will be in the space of the abdominals. So that doesn't mean that we will be doing a bunch of crunches. That doesn't mean that we'll be doing a lot of core work per se, in the way that we might have previously experienced it. Instead, we're invited to focus in on that strength at our center. And so we will touch into, on a physical layer, some of those muscular skeletal areas and energies. But for now, we're plugging into the element of fire and allowing for that fire in your belly to be tended to mindfully. So just as throughout these 10 weeks together, we have explored ways to balance our digestive fire, sipping on warm water throughout the day, allowing for our meals to be perhaps just 2 anjalis, just 2 little, the size of your own personal hands, so that you know what will be the right amount for you. Good. Couple more breaths here. The mudras or hand positions help to activate different energies. So allowing for 3 more breaths in this mudra. Eyes can be open or closed. Awareness of your breath, perhaps noticing with a very complete exhale that there may be a bit of that awareness of your belly button moving in even a little bit at the end of your exhale. Good. Excellent. And then releasing your mudra here. Let's release our arms down by our sides. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up high to the sky. And exhale, float your arms all the way back down by your sides. Very nice. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale fully. And exhale all the way back out. Good. Just your right arm up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lean over to the side. Take a full breath here. Relaxing your shoulders. Very nice. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale your arm all the way back down. Roll your shoulders. Good. Full breath in, full breath out. And then on your next inhale, left arm all the way up high to the sky. And then leaning over to the side. Good. One full breath here. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, let your arm relax down, down, down. Good. Both arms up. Inhale. Now you'll twist to your right. So exhale, bring your right hand behind, left hand across. Let's take 3 breaths in our twist. You might touch your hand down on your leg if that's comfortable. Inhaling, tall spine. Exhaling into your twist. Inhaling, tall spine. Exhaling, giving that squeeze at your belly. Good. When you're ready, on an inhale, come back to center, reach up, 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 up. And then second side, take your time, twist into your left. Bring your left hand to the floor behind you. Right hand across to your opposite leg. Good. A few full breaths here. We're bringing out our winter hibernation, clearing some space for that spring energy to flow, like the sap in the trees, perhaps. Good. Let's come back on an inhale, reach up, inhale. And hands to heart center, exhale, bringing your hands down in front. Release your chin towards your chest for a moment, inhale. And exhale, releasing your arms down. Very nice. Let your fingers come down to the earth beside you. Release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Very nice. Now, reaching out through your left fingers. You might move your hand, a little farther back in space, see if that changes the stretch. Optional to stay right here, really breathing along the side of your neck. Or you might explore turning your head to look slightly down. Keeping your head off to the side, looking slightly down. If you liked the first variation better, by all means, choose the one that is opening you to the breath. Good. Let's inhale, bring your head back up. Exhale right here. Roll your shoulders, circling them around. Good. All right, fingertips to the earth. Second side, releasing your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reaching out through your right fingers. Breathing along the side of your neck. So just noticing everything that is presenting. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, yep. You were just in hibernation. And then having the intention of, oh, my neck is releasing so that I can see all sides, so that I am able and willing to look in all directions. And so that I'm free of any pain in the neck. Good. Again, maybe the variation of looking a little bit down, see how that might change the stretch. Everything that we think, we can always choose to have a little redo. Let's inhale up and exhale. Good, roll your shoulders. Yeah, let's find that big reach through your arms. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And exhale, releasing your arms all the way back down. Very nice. Unwind your legs. Have your hands behind you, fingers point away. Step your feet a little wider apart and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. So maybe we're making small movements and targeting mostly that massage across the lower back or buttocks, maybe a little into the hips. Maybe it's more beneficial in the body you find yourself in today to let your legs go farther to the side. Just navigating and honoring the piece of the universe that you are. Again, there's not a right way to do it. We're always guided to feel into what is appropriate for this season, for this moment in time, because that's always changing. Like I said, spring can sometimes be snow, and spring can sometimes be a 70-degree day. Good. All right, let's come back to center. Come all the way down onto your back. Now, as you come down onto your back, stretch your legs out long, reach your arms all the way up overhead, lengthening your whole body up. Stretch, you could circle your wrists and your ankles, find some movement with your fingers and your toes. And then eventually relax your arms down, bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, adjust your low back if you need to. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. If it feels comfortable, let your hands rest onto your lower abdomen, resting onto your belly. We'll take a few moments here to establish our diaphragmatic breathing. So that abdominal breathing, inhaling your belly expands, exhaling your belly relaxes back. Take a moment here to establish that pattern. Gently, gently. Good. And you'll notice, having developed that breath awareness at the beginning of our practice, that there is a greater sensitivity to this very powerful tool that you have that is always with you, your ultimate yoga and meditation tool, which is your breath. When you're ready, gather your knees in towards your chest, giving your body a little hug here, a little squeeze, and then optional to rock left and right. You can rock as little or as much as you feel right. And as you are rocking side to side, intending here that you're providing a massage for your back, your low back, perhaps even the sides of your hips, bringing this massage to facilitate greater blood flow into your back muscles, to release energetically anything that's behind us, anything that feels a little tight from our past, letting all of that is behind us, let it go. Good. Letting it become a nice strong foundation of support. Good. Hands onto your knees, one hand on each knee, circle your knees around. So it's through our process of going through winter, those of us in northern Michigan know this well, that through the winter, we're invited to release, to let things go. So that then in the spring and summer, having shed those layers that we no longer need, we're able to bloom again. So taking our cues from the wisdom of Mother Nature. And circle your knees in the opposite direction as you are circling around. This is where I find it to be quite nice to have that blanket under the low back. If you're rather bony in the sacrum and you're on a wood floor, sometimes this has a different effect. Circling around, massaging your low back. Good. When you feel ready, gather your knees back to center. We will do one head to knee here on an exhale. Take your time. Exhale, lift your head and shoulders up off of the mat, curling your head in towards your knees. Full exhale. And then release, head and shoulders back down. Inhale, bring your feet back down to the mat. Stretch everything long again. So reach your legs out long, stretch your arms overhead, and this big full body stretch. And then gather just your right knee into your chest. Give that leg a squeeze, hugging in either in front of your shin or behind your thigh. Good. We're going to extend it out long again. Right leg out long, arms up overhead. Now left knee comes in. Bring your knee in towards your chest. Give it a squeeze, hug in. Continue this pattern, taking your leg out long, arms overhead, and right knee in again. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. Good. Continue this pattern. Inhale, stretch everything long. Exhale, left knee in. Take your time with this. Move with your breath. Good. Inhale, everything out long. Right knee in, exhale. So giving a movement, clearing through, starting to get the larger muscles of the body warmed up. Moving into the space of your hips, as well as your digestive system. Inhale as everything stretches. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, everything extends open. Exhale, left knee in. Good. Inhale, extend everything. And bring both knees in again. Both knees, two knees. Give them a squeeze. Hugging your legs in. Rocking a little here. Massaging your back. Monday afternoon massage. Back at center with your next exhale, curling in again, giving a squeeze here to your abdominal organs. Exhale, squeeze, 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 and then release. Inhale, head and shoulders down, feet to the floor, hands to your low belly, full inhale, and then let it go. Good. We will be moving into a pelvic tilt. So with this, the small of your back when you're in this reclined position might naturally be curved up a little from the floor. If you've been in a space of wondering if there are any supposed to's, maybe you wondered if you were supposed to be trying to flatten it out. The lumbar spine has a natural curve, which would incline to be slightly lifted from the floor. If yours isn't naturally, then that would be your air quotes normal. So finding your positioning here, what we'll do is with your pelvic tilt, you'll engage your core, press the small of your back down to the mat. And then you'll relax through your abdominal muscles. Inhale, the small of your back will arc up, so your seat will still be on the mat. And then exhale, press the small of your back down to the floor again. Good. Your arms might be resting down by your sides, or if it's helpful, your hands on your belly, just to really tune into that movement. Inhale, the back arcs up from the floor. Exhale, engaging your core, you're flattening your back onto the mat. Now, as you continue with this pattern, inhale, your pelvis tilts, small of your back lifts. Exhale, core engages. Notice if it can engage evenly, right and left side. Inhale, soften evenly. So relax the engagement. So both hip points can have that movement. Good. Exhale, small of your back pressing down. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale. Small of your back lifts up. As you're doing these last few rounds, notice if you can keep your feet relaxed and your toes. Full inhale. Full exhale, balanced action, strong in your core. Even your tongue and jaw stay relaxed. Your forehead is soft. Inhale, tilting the pelvis. We have one more round here. Exhale, strong, deep abdominal muscles, core engagement. Inhale, stretching that. And then return to a neutral spine. Step your feet a little wider apart. Move your arms out to the side. Once again, windshield wiper your legs from side to side. If you would like, here in this reclined position, you could turn your head in the opposite direction from your knees. Good. Back at center. Step your feet in towards each other. Bring just your right knee in. You could keep your left leg still bent as we start this one. Give your right knee a squeeze in, either holding in front of your shin or behind your thigh. And then just moving your leg, perhaps a little side to side, investigating into your right hip. You might scoop that knee a little farther out to the side. Again, maybe you're passing it over to your right hand. And moving your leg around. So stirring that right thigh bone around into your right hip. Take your knee a little farther out to the side. Might pulse it up towards your side body, towards your armpit, and then releasing it out and away. And then another option might be little circles with that right leg. So you're targeting specifically in and around your right hip. Good. And then scoop your knee out wide to the right side. Now for some of you, you might hold on to it here. You could hook your right forearm perhaps behind your right knee, letting your leg be held a little bit open. With this position, you might let that left leg, if it's bent, drop open a little bit to the left. That can just provide a little balance so we don't rock too far to the right. And another option might be to move into what's called half happy baby. So with this, we would hold on to either the outer edge of that right foot by the pinky toe, or maybe holding on to the inner arch of your foot. Sometimes I've seen it where you hold on to your ankle. So experimenting, will be here for 3 more breaths, whichever variation is working in your body. And that might be holding it out to the side, whatever is most breathable, and allowing you to be just simply present with everything as it is. Good. Gather your knee back to center. You might give it a little squeeze before releasing your foot back down. Let's take a full body stretch between sides. Extend your legs out long, reach your arms up overhead, inviting circulation from your core all the way out through your limbs. A nice flow of energy, clearing out any stagnant energy, any congestion, letting that go. And then when you're ready, bend your knees again. Relax your arms down. Hands might be on your belly. Full inhale. Full exhale. And then really being inside your body. Notice any difference in sensation between your right foot and left foot. Maybe a little difference in sensation in your hip or your thigh from the other side. Good. And then we'll balance it out. Bring your left knee in. First, give that left leg a squeeze in towards your chest. Again, optional here, you can hold on behind your thigh. Depends on what feels better in your body today. And then a little exploratory motion. So you might begin to move your left leg a little farther. You could pass it to your left hand, taking your knee out to the side, You might pulse it out and up towards your left armpit. Just noticing what you're noticing. You could be circling that knee a little over the midline of your body, circling it around, take it out, around. Perhaps for you today, it does feel best to remain in a point of compression, sometimes squeezing the hip flexors to really invite blood flow into the front of your hips and thighs. Good. And then as you take your knee, your left leg now out to the left, option again, you might hook your forearm behind that leg, in which case your right knee could start to drop open just as a little counterbalance. Maybe you're holding on to the left knee, just exploring a stretch through your inner left thigh for a moment. And then again, option to stay here or take it into your half happy baby, holding on to the inner or outer edge of your left foot. Breathing along the space, perhaps you feel it in the hamstrings, or maybe it's the compression into your left hip. Invite your shoulders and your upper chest to be as relaxed as possible. Couple more full breaths, whichever variation you will find yourself in. Be with yourself completely. And then when you're ready, you might gather that knee back into your chest for a squeeze before extending your legs out long. Big full body stretch again here, reaching out through your legs, reaching up overhead through your arms. We're going to transition to table. For some, that might be to roll to one side and press yourself up. Or if you would like, you could hold the back of your thighs and rock forward and back, perhaps a couple of times, until you eventually transition to a tabletop. In hands and knees, you could have a blanket for under your knees, maybe under your wrist as well, for a little extra support. Take a moment in your tabletop position. Keep your neck long, breathing here. Perhaps explore drawing the eyes of your elbows, the inner bend of your elbows, to look towards each other. Good. We'll do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. With your inhalation, lifting your sitting bones, bringing your heart forward, a little lift of your chin. And with your exhale, arch your back towards the ceiling, release your head down between your arms. A couple more times, moving with your breath. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. If you would like to continue with that pattern a few more times, by all means. We can explore another variation where you keep your upper body fairly still, so leaving your neck long, letting your head stay in one place, and doing the cat and cow action with just the lower abdomen, the pelvis. So inhaling, the sitting bones lift, and then exhaling, the tailbone rounds under, pointing down. So you'll notice if you're keeping your upper body still, there's a lot more awareness in the core. So this will be reminiscent of your reclined pelvic tilt. A couple times here, exhaling and inhaling. And then we're going to, again, target that lower abdominal region, pelvis, and circling around. So you're going to circle your hips a little to the right. And again, it won't be our huge hip circles. It will just be a little engagement through the lower abdomen. So lifting cow pose, right sitting bone up, circling around, back down. So you might imagine it like you're drawing a circle with your tailbone. Just a couple of times like that, just to really target your lower abdominal area. You might change the direction as well. So circling your hips, just a little tiny circles. Good. All right, from here, we're coming into child's pose. So after you're in your neutral spine, maybe from here you're lowering to your forearms and just stretching through your back. If it is available for you to bend your knees a bit more, you might take your knees a little wider as you shift your hips back into child's pose, hips towards your heels, and rest your head onto your arms or onto the earth. Good. Slowly making your way back up, we're coming to standing. So for some of you, that might involve coming through a downward facing dog to a standing forward fold, and eventually up to standing. If you would like to come to standing just from table, you could bring one foot forward, press into your hand into your knee, and coming all the way up. In downward dog, you could lift your knees and your hips to the sky, walking hands and feet in towards each other. However you are transitioning, honor your path, honor your process, and eventually we will all find our way to mountain pose. So as you come to standing, taking a moment, full breath in, full breath out. All right. Very nice. Having, I used to have the dining room table all the way out of the way for the yoga studio, but what can I say? All right, here we go. Step your feet a little wider apart. We'll have our toes pointing forward. So you might imagine your hips going just a little, or your feet going just a little wider than your hips. And then bringing your hands out in front, we're going to sit back. So you're going to really send your hips back behind you. So aligning our weight back into our heels. So instead of our knees going forward, we want to send our hips back. So our knees stay over our ankles. So let's inhale, stand up. Exhale, sitting back. 3 more times. Inhale, stand up. We're going to go slow and steady. If it's more comfortable, your hands can be on your hips. It just feels nice and strong, in my opinion. Arms out in front. Inhale, stand up. Good. Exhale, drive your sitting bones back, sitting back and down. Inhale, stand up. Good. And then if that was 3 or this was 3, we'll do this last one. And standing up. Very nice. All right. And step your right foot just a little bit forward. So not a huge amount. And then bend into your knee. We're stretching back through the left calf. So just a little step forward. We don't have to go too far. And then we'll straighten that right leg and you'll bend it again. Let's do that 3 more times. Let's see if I can find an angle that makes sense. You're gonna bend into your right knee. So anchor back through back heel. Straighten that front leg. Bend into your right knee. Straightening through. Final time, let's bend into that right knee. And straightening through. Good. Let's step our feet together again. And taking a step forward with your left foot. So just a shorter stance. I'll get a little angle here. So well, again, just as you bend into that left knee, first just recognize the stretch for your right ankle, your right calf. And then straightening the left leg. Good. Do that 3 more times. Bend into your left knee. And straighten. So really stretching that right calf muscle, bend into your left knee. And straighten. Final time, we'll bend. And straighten. Good. Let's step our feet together. You might just shake out through your legs, through your feet. And now step your feet a little wider apart. Toes will turn slightly out this time. All right, hands could be onto your hips here. And now as you bend your knees, really drive them open, open, open. So my toes have a habit of lifting when I do that, which is optional, I suppose. As you bend your knees out wide, driving them open, 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 and then let's straighten again. Good. So if you notice if your knees are going more forward, then really just making it a little less of a bend so that it's open. You'll feel in your hips that opening, opening, opening. Good. And straighten. Good. 2 more times. Bending open, 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 open. And straighten. Give it a squeeze up. And bending open. And coming up. Very nice. All right. Step your feet back in and shake that out. And then we'll do our sumo shake. So again, as we're working core, it's often likened to a campfire. So if the campfire has too much stuff on it, it gets all smoldered. It gets smothered, maybe would be a word. And so we want to clear it out. So same with us, not only our own digestive system, but also all of the impressions that we're constantly taking in. We have to have enough time to digest them, process them, and clear the slate so that we can then experience life clean and clear, as opposed to packed with all of these past impressions, which are blocking and obstructing our view of reality. So with that, we'll do our sumo shake. So a little bend in your knees and bounce. So with this one, we're just going to do a bounce. I think we did this earlier in the season in our winter session. And with this sumo shake, you're activating your lymph system. Good. All right. And then shake out through your hands. Let your hands shake, 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 shake. And could be a little bit of a side to side bouncing. You might imagine those school projects where you gather a jar full of swamp water and then you let the jar sit and eventually all the sediment has filtered to the bottom and the water is a whole lot more clear. That's what we're doing here. All right, let's take our arms slowly up, 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 shake, 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 shake. Good. And bring your arms all the way back down. Shake, 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 shake. Right, turn a little to your right, mindful of your knees. Shake, shake, shake. Coming back to center. Turn a little to your left. Shake, 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 shake. And coming back to center. All right, taking the arms up. Shake, 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 shake. Keep bouncing. Good. And then bring your arms all the way back down. Good. All right, you might lean a little forward. Shake, 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 shake. And coming back up. Some of you, it might be interesting to lift and lower on your heels. There we have a little drum beat. Sometimes that contact of your heels on the floor really helps to shake anything else out. All right, might shake, lifting up, shaking out one side, lifting up, shaking out the other side, and then back to center. One more time, let's take our arms up, inhale, shake. And all the way back down. Good. All right, and then eventually we're going to slow it down and coming back to stillness. So in your stillness, you might close your eyes if that's available, or even putting your hands over your dantian and over the other. Good. And then thanking yourself for your spring cleaning, a little rub of your hands on your heart. Good job. All right, we're coming back down onto our back. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up high to the sky. Exhale, you could forward fold, hinging at your hips. Release your hands down towards the floor. Inhale, lift up halfway. You might explore finding a flat back. And then exhale, we'll bring our hands down, step back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths in your downward dog. And then gradually lower your knees down to the mat, sweeping yourself around onto your back. We are going to explore one more core practice here. And so as you come down onto your back, bring your knees into your chest, just give yourself a little squeeze, shaking it out. Maybe setting the intention to do the sumo shake every day for the next 5 days. Just giving yourself a little 1 to 3 minute timer of doing that shake to help to clear your system, do your spring cleaning. Good. When you're ready, bring your feet back down to the mat. Now, optional here, if you would like, you might bring your hands under your seat. Palms might face down. And then as you lift your feet up off of the floor, knees will be over your hips, legs are bent at a 90-degree angle. So that could be what supports your core. So here, when we had our pelvic tilt and we had the exhale, pressing the small of your back flat down, that's the action we're going for here. If this isn't comfortable for your hands, or if it's not necessary for your body today, you could slide your hands out so that they're free on the sides. When you do so, you'll notice that your core will have to work a little bit more. So small of your back is pressing down, knees over hips as much as possible. And maybe you can see your toes just beyond your knees. Here already your core is working a lot. Small of your back is pressing down. If this is too much strain right now for your back, your body's like, hey lady, I just got out of hibernation. We need to tone it down. Bring your knees a little bit in towards your chest. Body, I love you, I'm listening. We're only challenging ourselves the right amount, not too much, not too little. All right, so while you're breathing here, wherever your variation might be, your arms could be by your sides. Maybe it's available to you to bring your hands under your head, pressing the small of your back still down towards the mat. You might be staying here. You might take a few times moving with your exhale to keep the small of the back down, and gently, any amount, exhale, head and shoulders up off of the mat. Inhale, head and shoulders coming back down. Now your number one priority, in addition to your breath, is keeping the small of your back pressed down. Exhale, head and shoulders maybe lifting up. Inhale, back down. Let's do 2 or 3 more times if you're into it. If you're not, then you're staying in your static pose with your core muscles working. Your jaw is relaxed. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Very nice, everyone. Bring your knees in. Take them wide around the sides. So instead of squeezing them into your belly, let the fire in your belly have some space and some air. So your knees come out wide to the sides. Full inhale. Nice cleansing exhale. Full inhale. Cleansing exhale. Into that fire of your practice, your discipline, your tapas. You might throw in any habits that you're releasing, any of those things that we do that we know we probably would be better off not to do. Go ahead and throw those in the fire, invite them to be released. If they go, let them drift away like smoke. If they decide to come back tomorrow, it's always another day. Good. Bring your knees back in for a squeeze. And keep just your right knee in. Let your left leg go out along the floor. Very nice. Here for your twist, right knee is in. You'll draw your leg across the midline of your body. So using your left hand, opening your right arm out to the side, and let your leg move across your body to the left. Optional here to turn your head to the right. Couple of full breaths. You're clearing out the ash from that fire in your belly. So you're tidying up the campfire in your core. You've done the work. You've investigated what's in there. You've been grateful for all of the impressions and experiences. And you know that you can keep those memories without carrying around any density. Good. Now, as you're clearing out the ash, let's bring that knee back to center. Inhale, hug it in, lift your head towards your right knee. Exhale. Inhale, stretch everything long. Find a full body stretch. Here in your full body stretch, give a little extra attention to stretching your belly. And then we will bring our left knee in for a squeeze. Taking your twist on the second side, you'll use your right hand this time to draw your leg across the midline of your body. Your left arm opens to the left. Long, full breaths here. Inhaling that fresh prana, that open, clear, present moment flows in. Exhaling, clearing, cleansing. Being mindful of what we're putting out there. Clearing from the inside out, really cleansing the lens of the mind. Clearing out any stuck energy in the body or inner energy field. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, lift your head towards your left knee, round in. And then stretch everything out long again. Arms overhead, full body stretch, reaching out through your legs. Circle, wrist and ankles. Dance your fingers and your toes. And then we'll take a pause in constructive rest. So if you bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor, adjust your low back and shoulder blades if you need to. You might place one hand on your belly, one hand onto your heart. Pause, breathe, and feel. And then notice if your body sent you any messages. If you would like to do a happy baby pose before Shavasana, you could find that here. If you are ready to go directly into the final posture, you can extend your legs out along the floor. You might bring in a little pillow for under your knees. Perhaps finding any other movements before you settle into stillness. Reach your heels out for the corners of your mat. So you're giving yourself a lot of room. Give yourself room to let go and bloom. Situate right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right arm, left arm. Adjust the level of your chin so your neck feels comfortable. Scan through your whole body. Notice if there are any little adjustments that you could make. And as you prepare to come into stillness, you might invite a cleansing, sighing out exhale. And this signals to your body to let go. So you could do just one. Maybe you notice that a second sigh would really help you to let go. So do what you need, find what it takes for you to settle into stillness. And as you close your eyes, we'll take 10 rounds of breath here, scanning through to find any areas of the body that might relax even a little bit more. Finding your body resting here in Shavasana. Take a moment to scan through and become aware of the feeling of relaxation. Inhaling gently, deepening your inhale, exhaling completely. Turn your head very slowly from side to side. And as you bring this very relaxed and balanced, steady and clear energy with you, this deep connection, this relationship with your true nature, moving slowly, take your time. You can move your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms and your legs. Gradually bending your knees, you might bring your legs in towards your chest or simply roll to one side. Eventually, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And as you arrive at seated, eyes could be open or closed, hands resting, and your legs are in your lap. And just full breath in, full breath out. Let's place our hands one flat on top of the other on our heart, on the heart center of your chest. A moment here again in gratitude. Grateful that not only do we have access to these tools of gratitude and the breath, of witnessing, of being fully present with ourselves, but all of these tools and techniques are bringing us home to who and what we already are. So just a pause to recognize your greatness. That same creative energy which is bringing the daffodils to the surface, ready to express themselves, ready to bloom, so too is this same creative energy expressing itself as you. And bringing your hands together, rub your palms for a moment here, rubbing your hands. And then place your palms over your eye sockets. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Full exhale. One more time. Deep inhale. And exhale. And as you move your hands from your eyes, you might use your fingers to massage across your eyebrows, a little circling at your temples, massage the area in front of your ears and a little bit behind your ears. And you might open and close your jaw. Good. And then a little sweeping down your neck. And then out the length of your arms, down to your hands again. Good. And then rubbing across your chest, your belly, reaching as far around to touch your back as possible. Rub your low back, your hips, your legs. Running your hands down towards your ankles, your toes. Good. And then bringing your hands back together in front of your heart. Anjali Mudra. Deep inhale. And exhale. Full inhale, we'll finish with one Om. Peace be with you. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste.